Hello and welcome to ASMR Fairy Tales. I'm so glad you've joined me tonight. Let the day melt away as you settle in, feeling the softness of your pillow and the gentle weight of your blanket. With every soft breath in and every slower breath out, let the hush of night wrap around you. Tonight, I'll share a timeless, whispered fairy tale about patience, kindness, and the journey of becoming. This is the story of the Ugly Duckling, a gentle tale to soothe your mind and guide you toward restful sleep. Once upon a quiet meadow, near a calm, glassy pond, a mother duck nestled into her nest. Her feathers were warm, her heartbeat steady, and the world around her was drowsy with summer light. One by one, the small eggs trembled and opened. Tiny ducklings blinked into the world, soft, bright, and new. They peeped gently, as if whispering hello to the evening breeze. The mother smiled with her eyes, counting each little one, until only one egg remained larger, slower, different, resting in silence, like a moonlit stone on the shore. Last egg took its time. As the sun slid across the day and shadows grew long and silky, a faint tapping began. A crack, a pause, another tiny crack. The shell opened, and a little bird emerged, gray, long-necked, with feet a bit too big and wings not quite ready. He looked around shyly, hopping to be welcomed, hopping to belong. The others stared, puzzled, whispering among themselves, and a breeze rustled the reeds, as if asking the pond to be gentle tonight. Days drifted on like sleepy clouds. The brood followed their mother, learning the slow rhythm of the water, how to glide, how to listen, how to breathe with the pond. The little gray one tried so hard. He paddled carefully, lowered his voice to match the hush of the lilies, but the whispers still followed him, clumsy, different, too tall, too plain. The words brushed against him like cool rain, and he tucked himself a little smaller, wishing the world would soften, wishing someone would notice the quiet kindness inside his chest. One evening, as the sky dimmed to lavender, the duck family met other birds by the reeds. There were quick, chattering sparrows and proud geese with long stories. The little gray one stood a step behind, hearing laughter and feeling it sting, not at his heart's center, but somewhere just under the wing, where hopes try to unfold. The mother duck nuzzled him, a gentle touch, a promise that he was safe. But he sensed that beyond safety, there was a distant place called home, and he had not found it yet. So he wandered. The summer loosened its hold, and soft crickets stitched night to night. The paths were kind beneath his feet, mossy, cool, and the air smelled of hay and warm straw. He found a farmyard with wooden fences that creaked like old lullabies. The hens were brisk, the rooster bright. The gray one tried to smile with his eyes, to be small and careful. But the barnyard had sharp edges, quick words, and corners where a lonely heart could catch. He slipped away before dawn, grateful for the stars that seemed to walk with him, step by step. River bend, he met a cat who liked moonlight and a dog who dreamed of running. They spoke in drowsy murmurs, of nights that curl like smoke and days that open like sleepy flowers. The cat, with soft paws, said, "You are not from here." The dog, with kind eyes, said, "Keep going. Sometimes the road is gentle when it knows you are tired." The gray one listened, and the river listened too. He slept beside the water, with the hush of current singing him to rest, and woke to a pale sky, cradled by mist. Autumn arrived, with leaves like quiet embers drifting and settling. The world turned inward. The gray one grew not quite graceful yet, but steadier, more patient with himself. He learned to wait between heartbeats, to feel the soft warmth of the earth, to let silence be a friend. On a still afternoon, he saw, far above, a V of white birds, their wings long and clean, their flight a poem without words. The air held its breath as they passed. The gray one felt something lift in him, a gentle tug, certain and hopeful. Days cooled. Frost drew fern-like lace upon the pond. Winter spoke in whispers of snow and candlelight. The gray one found a sheltered reed bed. He tucked himself deep and rested. Nights were long, but he learned the art of slow time, the comfort of stillness. He counted stars until numbers became dreams, and dreams became feathers. He remembered the mother duck's warmth, the farm's creaking lullaby, the river's song. All the places that were not home had taught him how to be gentle, with a heart still searching. Storm came. Winds sighed like old stories. The pond ruffled, ice glazed the edges. The gray one hugged himself with his wings. He thought of giving up just for a moment, but a lantern flickered across the bank. An old cottage, smoke curling soft from the chimney. A window glowed, and a child inside yawned. The light touched the pond and seemed to tell the night, "Stay a little kinder." The gray one breathed, slow and quiet, and waited for the wind to tire. It always does in time. And the long winter softened. Snow melted into silver rivulets. The air loosened its scarf and offered the scent of wet earth. Spring leaned in with bluebells and birdsong. Morning light pooled on the water like warm milk. The gray one, now taller, with feathers sleeked by rain, stepped to the river's edge. The world felt newly washed, tender, willing. As he dipped his beak to drink, ripples opened like rings of sleep, and the day welcomed him as if it had been waiting. From the far side of the river came a hush, a presence. Across the water, gliding, were swans white as moon breath. Each stroke of their wings was a lullaby. They did not hurry. They did not stare. They simply were calm, complete. The gray one stilled. Something inside him that had always been fluttering settled like a page coming to rest. The swans drew closer, and the river gathered itself, offering a mirror, smooth and kind. Leaned just enough to see. The water held his gaze, and there, clear as dawn, was not a clumsy duckling, not a stranger, but a swan bright, graceful, whole. His neck long and lovely, his wings sure. His reflection breathed with him, slow in, slow out. The truth had been growing quietly all along beneath the whispering reeds, beneath the winter snow, within the patient beating of his own heart. He was, and had always been, becoming. The swans circled him, not with questions, but with welcome. They made room, the way morning makes room for light. One swan brushed a wingtip against him, a greeting soft as sleep. And the gray one, no longer gray, lifted his head gently, feeling the river, the sky, the seasons all say, "Yes, you belong." The pond seemed bigger, the air warmer, the path behind him kind, because it brought him here. Glided together. He learned the slow music of their flight, how silence can carry, how presence can comfort. He thought of the barnyard, the reeds, the winter wind, and felt a small gratitude, even for the ache, because it taught him to notice every tender thing. A child by the bank looked up, eyes wide with wonder, and then softened into a smile. The swan felt that smile land like a feather and rest. As evening returned, the sky poured lilac into the pond. Stars pricked through, patient and bright. The swans tucked their heads. The new swan let a calm joy fill him, not sharp, not loud, just warm. He closed his eyes, and the river hummed, "You are safe, you are home, you are loved." And the night, gentle as a mother, answered, "Sleep." Here with ASMR Fairy Tales, may this whispered journey leave the body unburdened, the mind unknotted, the heart unhurried. May sleep come like a soft tide and carry you to morning. Feel peaceful, safe, and ready for a deep, restful sleep. Good night, sweet dreams. Mother Duck's nest was a place of warmth and safety. Her feathers shielded her eggs from the cool night air, and her gentle presence brought comfort to the little ones. Each egg was a promise, a hope for new life. The quiet meadow around her was filled with the soft sounds of evening, a lullaby for the soon-to-hatch ducklings. Among the eggs, one was different, larger, slower to hatch, and resting in silence. It seemed to hold a secret, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. The mother duck watched over it patiently, sensing that something special was inside. The night air was gentle, and the pond reflected the moon, casting a peaceful glow over the nest. When the last egg finally hatched, the little gray bird emerged, looking different from his siblings. His long neck and big feet made him stand out. The other ducklings stared, unsure what to make of him. The mother duck welcomed him with a gentle nuzzle, but the whispers of difference lingered in the air, carried by the soft breeze. The little gray one tried his best to fit in with his siblings. He mimicked their movements, paddled carefully, and tried to blend in with the hush of the lilies. Yet, the whispers followed him, clumsy, different, too plain. He felt the sting of not belonging, wishing someone would see the kindness inside him. As the family met other birds by the reeds, the little gray one stood back, feeling the sting of laughter and the ache of not belonging. His mother's gentle touch reassured him, but he still longed for a place to call home. The reeds swayed softly, as if offering comfort to his searching heart. The gray one wandered away from the farmyard, where sharp words and quick judgments made it hard to stay. The night air was cool, and the stars seemed to walk with him as he searched for a kinder place. Each step was guided by hope, even when the world felt lonely. By the river bend, the gray one met a cat and a dog. They spoke gently, sharing dreams and quiet encouragement. The cat noticed he was different, and the dog encouraged him to keep going. The river's song and the kindness of strangers gave him strength to continue his journey. As autumn arrived, the world grew quieter. The gray one learned patience, waiting between heartbeats and finding comfort in silence. He watched the V of white birds flying overhead, feeling a gentle tug of hope inside him. The changing season brought new lessons in waiting and growing. Winter brought cold and long nights. The gray one found shelter among the reeds, learning the art of slow time and the comfort of stillness. He counted stars, letting dreams carry him through the darkness. Memories of warmth and kindness kept his heart gentle, even as he waited for spring. Fierce storms swept over the pond, and the gray one hugged himself for warmth. He thought of giving up, but a distant lantern and the glow of a cottage window offered hope. The gentle light reminded him that kindness can be found even in the darkest moments, and he waited for the storm to pass. As winter melted away, spring arrived with bluebells and birdsong. The world felt fresh and welcoming. The gray one, now taller and stronger, stepped to the river's edge. The morning light and gentle ripples signaled a new beginning, and he felt the world was ready to welcome him at last. Across the river, swans glided gracefully, their wings moving like a lullaby. They were calm and complete, not hurried or judgmental. The gray one watched, feeling something inside him settle for the first time. The swan's presence was gentle, and the river offered a kind mirror for reflection. Leaning over the water, the gray one saw his reflection, not a clumsy duckling, but a beautiful swan. His neck was long and lovely, his wings strong and sure. The truth had been growing quietly within him all along, waiting for the right moment to be seen. He realized he was becoming who he was meant to be. The swans welcomed him without question, making room for him as if he had always belonged. One swan brushed a wingtip against him, a gentle greeting. The pond felt bigger, the air warmer, and the path behind him seemed kind, because it had led him to this moment of belonging. Gliding with the swans, he learned the slow music of their flight. Silence became a comfort, and presence brought peace. He remembered the hardships of his journey, feeling gratitude even for the ache, because it taught him to notice every tender thing. The world felt gentle and new. A child by the riverbank looked up, eyes wide with wonder at the new swan. The child's smile was gentle, landing softly like a feather. The swan felt the warmth of that smile, a quiet affirmation that he was seen and accepted. The moment was simple, yet filled with meaning. As night returned, the sky turned lilac and stars appeared. The swans tucked their heads, and the new swan let a calm joy fill him. The river hummed a lullaby, and the night answered with gentle reassurance. He felt safe, at home, and deeply loved. Throughout his journey, the gray one learned the power of patience. Each season brought new challenges, but waiting and trusting the process allowed him to grow. Patience became his quiet strength, guiding him through loneliness and uncertainty until he found his true self. Kindness appeared in many forms: his mother's gentle nuzzle, the encouragement of new friends, the warmth of a distant lantern. These small acts of kindness helped him through difficult times, reminding him that even the smallest gesture can make a world of difference. Belonging is not about fitting in, but about being accepted for who you are. The swan's journey showed that true belonging comes when you are welcomed without question, and when your presence is valued. The warmth of acceptance is a gentle, lasting comfort. Transformation is a quiet process, often happening beneath the surface. The gray one's journey from awkward duckling to graceful swan was shaped by patience, kindness, and hope. Becoming who you are meant to be takes time, and every step along the way matters. Stillness became a friend to the gray one, especially during long winter nights. In the quiet, he found comfort and learned to listen to his own heart. Stillness allowed him to rest, heal, and prepare for the changes ahead. Sometimes, the most important growth happens in silence. Hope was a gentle tug inside the gray one, guiding him through uncertainty. Whether watching birds fly overhead or seeing the first signs of spring, hope kept him moving forward. It was a quiet, persistent feeling that helped him trust in better days to come. Looking back, the swan felt gratitude for every part of his journey: the barnyard, the reeds, the winter wind. Even the difficult moments taught him to notice every tender thing. Gratitude softened his heart and made the joy of belonging even sweeter. Presence is a gift, being fully in the moment, whether gliding with swans or resting by the river. The swan learned that presence brings comfort and peace, allowing him to appreciate the beauty around him and the kindness he received. Gentle words, like the mother duck's reassurance or the dog's encouragement, have the power to heal and uplift. The swan's journey was shaped by these soft voices, reminding us that kindness in speech can make all the difference. Home is not just a place, but a feeling of safety, acceptance, and love. The swan found home among those who welcomed him, and in the peace of the pond. His journey reminds us that home can be found wherever we are truly seen and cherished. As our story closes, may this gentle journey leave your body unburdened, your mind unknotted, and your heart unhurried. Let sleep come softly, carrying you to morning. Feel peaceful, safe, and ready for a deep, restful sleep. Good night and sweet dreams.